Hi everyone, my name is Kathy Anderson and I'm your instructor for Healthcare Settings Analysis. This is a really interesting course depending on where you are in your program. You will really like this course because it is more introspective, it requires more analysis, and it's more about your thoughts about what you're reading and understanding as opposed to memorizing information and repeating it back. And I think most of you will really appreciate that change. So let me walk you through the class. Becoming familiar with your course in advance will save you so much time as you move on and have time to work on your assignments. And so take the time to familiarize yourself early, and then when you have time, you won't be looking around trying to figure out where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. So you're currently in the Meet Your Instructor link watching this video. Be sure that you read the information available and the goals of the course. And I have sent you information about the textbook and the LearnScape access code that is required for this course. And hopefully you all have your course materials already. But this is the information again with the ISBN number. And so you'd want to order that right away if you haven't already. The LearnScapes are a very important part of this course and really an interesting and realistic experience that you'll be able to use to enhance your resumes. So moving on, the home page is where there are announcements. So be sure that you always check. I do post a lot of announcements and here, and then once the course begins, the announcements will also send an email to your Kaiser email address. So always be on the lookout from emails from me or from the course, and check the announcements so that you don't miss out on any information, because it's usually designed to clarify information or to remind you of certain deadlines, etc. So here's the syllabus that you'll want to download. Be sure you click on it and read the syllabus. Syllabus is really a contract between the instructor and the students, gives you an idea of the goals of the course and what the responsibilities of both parties are. Oops. So the Kaiser Live, I can't express how important it is for you to join live if you can. I typically have my live chats on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know that is not possible for everyone, so obviously they are recorded. And it's really, really important that you either join live or watch the recording. 4 weeks goes by so quickly. We cover many cases in our textbook as well as the LearnScape simulations. I review each of your assignments every week to make sure that you understand the topics, the concepts, and the expectations. And then I prepare you to make sure that you'll all be really successful in this class and successful with your exams. In your Start Here link, very important information about your LearnScapes. You want to make sure that you read this information. If you're not familiar with LearnScapes, this will be really helpful information for you. If you are familiar with LearnScapes from other courses, this will be a good refresher for you about how to log in and get going, and what the technical support information is right here. So there's a different number if you're having trouble actually setting up your Jones and Bartlett site, and I'm going to be reviewing that with you in just a minute. So this is the tech support number if you're having trouble getting in and setting up your account. If you're having trouble watching the LearnScape scenario, these are 3D simulations that are really so progressive and so realistic and really give you an idea of what healthcare administrators do and are confronted with. If you actually have trouble with the watching of this scenario, here's the tech support information. So every week has a summary of what is going to be going on that week and what you need to do. And then every week we'll have, like here for week 1, you're going to have the LearnScape, how are we doing? And then you're going to have a discussion board every week. And then you're going to have an assignment where you need to analyze and comment a case. Your textbook is actually a series of case studies, and so then you're assigned certain readings, and then you're assigned to actually analyze what you've read and give your thoughts about certain questions after you've read the case study. So for the LearnScapes, let me just show you. So I'm going to go to a different tab, and then the LearnScapes are the jblearning.com. is the website that you're going to be going to. And they want to know that we're human, okay? And then I don't want to add an extension, so I'm canceling out of there. Yes, all right. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of that. So here, let me just see here. JB Learning. Okay, so jblearning.com, not sure what all that was. Log into your account. I believe I've already logged in, so I want to redeem an access code. So I have the access code for this course. So some of you that have had Learnscapes before, then you might have access to a lot of different Learnscapes, and you want to make sure that you're doing the Learnscapes that are assigned. So make sure you keep track of the topics. So my Learnscape access code, I'm just going to type it in here. Redeem the access code. When you first log in, you have a username and password, but then after that, you basically will just be redeeming the access code for your different courses. So here's the Learnscape access for our course. Confirm. Here they are. Learnscape access for this course. Make sure you choose the right course. And then you're going to launch an open enrollment course, because that does not require a course ID. So that's the one you want to choose. And then here you may see too that you have the access to a lot of different Learnscapes, so be sure that you go by title. So for week 1, our Learnscape is How Are We Doing? So I'm going to click on How Are We Doing? It says click here to launch. It gives you a summary of it. Click here to launch, and click here to start lab access. Initializing your lab. I just wanted to make sure that all of you understand how this works. Detecting bandwidth. So this is what I've noticed. So you might want to be aware of this. I see that I have this please wait screen, that up here I'm actually saying that the following plugins were blocked on this page. The Adobe Flash Player was blocked. And so then I can say run all plugins this time. And then that actually will solve that problem of moving on. So Flash Player, you will be prompted to update your Flash Player depending on what type of computer you have. And so I have a Macintosh and I use Chrome. And with Chrome, the Flash Player is built in. So you shouldn't have to download it if you're using the Chrome browser. So just be aware of that. And these are the kind of things that technical support will help you with as well. So here, you're going to begin the Learnscape. You're going to walk through the entire simulation, and then you can take notes. You've got the different scenes if you want to go back to various scenes. You've got a menu here, that drop down, that you can actually read the transcript. You can print out the transcript if that is at all helpful for you, or whatever you need to do. So this is how you access the Learnscape, and you watch it all the way through. And then when you go back to Learnscape, How Are We Doing? You're going to click on this link here. And it says work through all of your simulation, answer the questions, type your recommendations on a Word document, and then you're going to upload it. And you're going to save the Word document to your computer, and then you'll click on Browse My Computer, you'll double click on the document you saved, and you will submit. And then it will go into the Blackboard where I'll be able to read it. So here it says that you're going to go through the simulation. Once the information is gathered, you will identify the top 3 strengths and the top 3 weaknesses of the organization. Then you will make prioritized recommendations to turn the weaknesses into strengths. So after you watch the 3D simulation, it'll become much more obvious on why it's asking you to do that. And then you're going to actually respond to that on a separate document and then upload it into the Blackboard. Okay, so that's, and you'll have 3 Learnscapes in this course. Week 2, you'll have, again, you've got your summary, you've got the another case study in your textbook. You've got the LearnScape financial issues. So again, be sure that you keep track of the title so that you don't just do the second one in your list. It may not be the one for this course. And then you've got your midterm. And then week 3, you've got your summary, you've got your week 3 project, which is a little bit different. The project is actually 2 parts. So instead of just formatting it the same way that was in your week 1 and 2, you've got, call it a week 3 project. It's still a case study and a LearnScape. So it's just, put together in a project rather than separately like it was in week 1 and week 2. And then in week 4, and then you'll have your discussion, obviously, in week 3 as well. You've got your summary, your discussion, your final exam, your post-test, and then there is a project which is a self-assessment to help you get ready for the post-test. It is very important for you to do that because it'll help you do a great job on the post-test. It is graded but not part of your course grade. So familiarize yourself with the different links so that you know where you're going. Your textbook, again, is case studies that you'll find really interesting. There it is. And then the LearnScape access code. When you got your textbook, there was a piece of paper at the back of your book that had a 10-digit access code for your LearnScapes. That's the one that pertains to your LearnScapes that you'll redeem when you go on to the jblearning.com website. Many textbooks also have another 10-digit code within the text itself. That is nothing to do with your LearnScapes. That is just a link to other online resources if you would like to use those, but that is separate. So you want to make sure you kept the piece of paper that was at the back of the book inside the shrink wrap, because that's the access code that you need. So again, welcome to class. I think you're going to find this to be a really interesting one, and one that's really going to be looking for you to think about things, analyze the situation, and give your recommendations about several different items. Really good resume builder because it's a different type of higher level thinking. This is the kind of work that healthcare administrators do. Even if you are planning to go into a clinical path, this is the type of experience that employers love to see. So you certainly want to highlight this kind of information on your resume and cover letter and prepare to speak about it in any future interviews. Email me anytime with any questions. I find that to be the easiest and fastest way to contact me because just like you, I have access to my phone and I will be routinely looking to see if there's any students that have emailed me so that I can get you a quick response to save you as much time as possible. There's also an Ask Questions section within your discussion link, but obviously I only see that if I'm logged into the course and logged into the discussion part of the course, which I do a couple times a day, but I'm not always logged in and I always have my phone with me. So email is the greatest way to get a hold of me. Be sure to ask any questions. I'm happy to help. But before you ask, be sure that you look for announcements. Make sure you're updated on that. Make sure that you have watched this introductory overview, and then make sure that you have watched the live chats because that will answer a lot of questions for you. And I try to make sure that you understand what you need to do for the week. And that is why I typically hold the live chats on Monday evening so that it's early in the week before you get started on any of your work. If for any reason that I need to change that day, I would send you an announcement and be sure that everybody knew about that. So welcome again. I'm excited to teach this class and I'm excited to get to know all of you and work with you. So look forward to hearing from you.